So this is going to be like a little transformation video. This is the start of it. How to make yourself look hot in an hour. This is what I look like a lot of the time. Don't mind my lips. I just got like fillers and stuff, so I'm like all bruised, but that'll all be fixed. My hair will be better. I'm just wearing like a sweatshirt. So let's get started. I'm just gonna shower. First step, number 1, shower. Clean your dirty body. Wash your face. Will I wash my hair? My guess is no. Okay, see you guys after I shower. Hey, so once you have showered and you leave the poop emoji bun on the top of your head, it's crucial for this transformation that you're running late. So take your moisturizer and just really smack that all over and make sure it makes your face bright red. That is so important. I have sensitive skin, so it really just goes crazy. Make sure you're using SPF. I love Dermalogica Prisma Protect. Get with it. If you don't like it, get with it. If you know, you know, and if you don't, I feel bad for you. So the goal of this transformation is to get as hot as possible in as little time as possible. So I'm going in with the Tutti Frutti foundation. I'm like obsessed with it. I love it. It's like literally like a go-to. I take it, I just dab it around like the perimeter of my face because that's just like what I do. Actually, I guess I'm putting it all over. Okay. So then you just take, you know, your old crusted gross beauty blender and you just really buff this into the skin. So you're kind of like, oh my god, that isn't doing much for you. Well, here's the goal. The goal is to look hot, but it's to look like natural, but like not natural. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, once again, if you know, you know, and if you don't, that really sucks. I'm gonna bring that down the neck. Perfect. Love that for us. So I'm running really late. Like, I only have an hour to get ready, get my outfit, and do my hair, which I didn't wash it. Take your Tarte Shape Tape, and you take it, and you just really, like, go in. Like, we want to cover up our past. We want to cover up our mistakes. We want to cover up maybe bad grades, bad decisions, our old face, everything. So once you have that all over, it's like, oh my god, instantly hotter, right? So you just blend that out with the gross beauty blender. So I kind of use like concealer is like kind of like a foundation, but like not really, because I'm only concealing the areas that I would have written like typically, except I just don't put foundation underneath those areas because like double layering can be like a lot, I feel. Look at that. It's like, oh my god, who is she? We have a new layer of skin. I look kind of deceased. That's just part of the vibe, okay? So, you put that on. This is what your face looks like. You're like, oh my god, she's steering me wrong. She's doing me dirty. So then I take a small brush. I use a brush like this, and I'm just powdering, and this is crucial, just my nose, okay? I'm powdering just my nose. This is how you get a snatched nose, okay? I use a small brush like this. I'm dipping it into Hoola bronzer. This palette's like my favorite. It's the best thing ever. And you just contour like the top of your nose. I'm sorry, I have to move this because I need the lighting to like be better so I don't look fucked up. So I'm just like contouring like the very top of my nose, making it as small as possible. So then you take your Shape Tape and a nice little dollop on your hand. Perfect. You can kind of see it, kind of not. My ring light is really making it difficult. And then you take your Dirty Beauty blender. Okay. This is crucial. So then you take it. Perfect. And then you just blend it out. Like that. You're like, oh my god, she has a harsh line right there. Well, you just wait a second, sweetie. Now this is what it's gonna do, is create more of an illusion that only this little bit is your nose. And for me, part of being hot is having a snatched nose. Like, I want people to be like, oh my god, can she even breathe? Like, does she even have a nose? Like, is that real life? Like, is that even real? That's the goal. Okay? So, you just kind of do this really quick. It might be like a little bit messy, but like, that's fine. You see how tiny that looks? Like, are you living for that or no? Because I know I am. And you just kind of bring it up as far into the tear duct as you can. Perfect. So now it looks like that, okay? Then you take this brush. It's a blending concealer brush, and I just kind of take it and I buff out the edges of concealer along the bridge of my nose so that nothing's like too harsh, you know? Okay, and then I kind of go in and just do a light layer of bronzer. Perfect. Then you take your loose setting powder. You really can't tell. Born This Way is my favorite. A super tiny sponge. This one's by Real Techniques. I only like to use Beauty Blender sponges on like my cream products. I just feel like they apply it the absolute best. Like for applying powders and stuff, I don't want to like destroy my Beauty Blender. So then you really like bring the powder up. Do you see that? Look how tiny that looks, right? You're like, oh my gosh. Her nose is so little. And you really just kind of pack that powder on. Like so. Perfect. So then you let that sit. So then you go back in that brush you used to powder your nose, and you just like lightly powder the rest of your under eye. And most people are like, oh my gosh, why would you wait to powder so much? And here's the thing, is I don't like to powder my entire face and then go back in with more concealer on the sides of my nose like that, because I feel like it can have a possibility of like sitting super weird on top of the powder, you know? So then you're gonna contour and you go back in with this. I'm dipping Hoola Caramel and traditional Hoola together. And then I bring it up the sides of my face, so it's like a nice shadow along my whole side of my face. I mean, honestly, contouring is so important. Like, contouring is everything. Like, it's like, wow, you can really bring your face from like, nah, to like, whoa, she's really hot. From like a contour, you know? Kind of take the leftover concealer from my nose contour and I just dab it underneath here to really get that like nice cut look. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with this like buffing foundation brush and I just kind of buff out all of my contour to get it nice and like blended. Perfect. Then you go back in with your sponge, get more powder, and just do one of these. So it's like perfect. She snatched, you know? Look at that. Look at that. How can she breathe? How can she, like, that's like what we need in my life, you know? So we need in our life. Like, if this is the look you want to go for, then go for this look. Like, you're gonna look so hot. Like, just trust it. So then you move on to the brows, like, while you're baking. I'm obsessed with the Foolproof Brow Powder. I was never a big person on brow powder because I felt like they were, like, a gimmick. Like, they were just, like, a waste of time. Like, what is the point? Like, powder on your brows? Like, what the heck? Here's the reason why powder on your brows is the move. So powder on your brows is a move because it looks so much more natural. So you try to, like, do natural things, like brows, and like don't do a lot of eyeshadow and stuff like that, because then it's like, wait, she's like really hot and it doesn't really look like she's wearing like a ton of makeup. So it's like natural brows, not like an Instagram brow. So like at first glance, it's like, oh, you don't see a cut crease. You just see like a beautiful bronzy, like amazing bone structure girl. Like that's the vibe. That's the goal. Get with it. So I just go in and I use lightest. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I use the lightest color right here for my entire brow, mainly because I went like lighter with my hair. And I feel like if when I go dark with my brows, it's just like really harsh and I don't like it. Like, look at it. That looks so good. Just like very fluffed, very like natural, you know? Like if that's not the move, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. It's getting so hot in that robe, I just like really couldn't do it. I had to change. Does anyone else like love what they look like when they're baking their face? Like, doesn't this just look so good? Like, this is such a mood. So then I take this brush, which is like smaller than this brush. This is when I applied powder all over my face. This is the one I used to wipe off my bake. I use different ones. Let me just brush that off. Look at that. Perfect. And then I take this and I just, when I brush off my nose contour, I just pull it like straight down. This is as good as it's gonna get. Like, you're rushing, like you're just trying to look hot, like that's the mood. So then like one of my favorite steps is blush. Like, blush fixes everything. Like, if you don't think that, then clearly you're just like not living life right. I'm going in with Gold Rush and Colorista. This is disgusting and so dirty because I use it every day. So then I just dab the blush all through here. See, look at it. Like, it'll just liven up my face. I take it right across the tip of my nose. I do it a little bit on the sides to add some color. A little bit of blush all over. You know what I mean? Like let's bring life and color back into the face so we don't look dead. No. Take this brush by Real Techniques. It's like dusty and crusted and old. And I go into just like the traditional hula color. And I just throw that into my lid. That's done. Then you're going to take highlighter. So I'm using two highlighters. I'm using Cookie from this palette, and then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild highlight. And here's the mood with highlight. Highlight is going to make you young and beautiful and sexy and trendy. Is that what you want for your life? Because I think it is. And if you're sleeping on that Wet n Wild highlight, I genuinely, like, really, like, truthfully feel so bad for you. Like, so bad for you. It's literally like $5 and it's one of the best highlights I've ever used in my life. So like, I'm so sorry. And then I go in with Cookie and I just do like a little bit of that on top. Do a dot on the tip of my nose. And then I take this and I just put a little bit right up here in between the brows. Only two places I'll put it, just to like lift this up, point that up, you know? So then, oh, for that, I use like a pencil brush. Then for my face highlight, I go in with the JH09 from Morphe. They have like a regular one that looks like this. Oh my god, it's not focusing. They have a regular one that looks like this. So I go in with Cookie first, and I just put it on, and I like always kind of bring it up a little bit, like that. I know, it's like, oh my god, like that's like a lot. You want to look kind of wet, in my opinion. And you just blend that out. Some people put like setting spray on before, but if you're using like the right products, in my opinion, you really don't need the setting spray. I'm gonna go in with some lip plumper. This is the Extreme Plump Sexy Mother Pucker by Soap and Glory. So I put on lip plumper. Okay. So then I let the lip plumper sit while I do my hair. Okay, so then for hair, you're gonna take down your bun that's been up here for like however many days. And you're gonna just, you really rip through your hair. Oh my god, wait, why does my hair, like, that just looked like this? Like, why does that actually look kind of good? That side looks way better than this side. Perfect. So now once all of your hair is ripped out, you're going to turn on your curling iron. This is a straightener. It's by Babyliss. It's the Babyliss Pro Prisma 3100. I like love it a lot. It's a straightener and a curler. It's like the best thing that could have ever happened to my life. Yeah, so you can like part your hair and like pin it up and do that whole like thing, but that's just like not like that's just not it. Like you're running late, like you don't have time for that. Like you're just gonna take random pieces of hair like this. Hopefully it's already hot. Like, did you see how fast that heated up? And you're just gonna run through. I really focus on like the root of my hair because like sometimes the root of my hair doesn't curl well. Look at, and then it just curls. That looks kind of like bad, but I leave the curls like that. So let me show you another piece. So you take it, I really focus on the top. See, like some of it, I'm just like doing it like very like messy, you know? And then sometimes like the ends have problems. So you just shoot through those again. So I'm gonna come back on when all my hair is curled because it's just like a long time and you don't want to see it all. Okay, bye. I'm using the Becca lip liner in Pouty. And you just throw that on. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go in with Kylie Velvet in shade Commando. Love that. Look how good that looks. Make sure to overline your lips and overdraw them because the bigger the lips, the better. So those are all done. Make sure you turn off your flat iron. Mine doesn't have an automatic turn off, so like it's really scary. So then take those curls that you did, throw your whole head back, brush through them. Really just like, it's like big voluminous hairs, like the move, tuck one ear back, pull it forward, like whatever you gotta do. Like I just don't even know, just like make it work because like you are running late, so that is what you gotta do. So sorry if you're not running late, like this tutorial is gonna be very frantic to you. So then you take your setting spray, spray a lot of that on, okay? Take your next setting spray, spray a lot of that on. So then you may ask, what are you wearing? Well, this is what I'm wearing, but this is what I'm going to be wearing. So then make sure your room is a mess as well, just like add to your anxiety level. So I just throw on like a blouse, some like heeled booties, and just like these tight kind of like dress pants. They're like by Michael Kors. They have like this super cute like design on them. So yes. And then that's how you transform from this to this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I gotta go because I'm running so late. Okay, Illy, love you, bye. See you guys next time.